And voila. All right. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy King Gabe here in the house, and we are here. Um, Running late, but we're still here. We're here. Sort of kind of make me think of back in the day before Brookwood at the first church that I was a member of. I got baptized at New Bethlehem. Yeah, a lot of not just New Bethlehem, but a lot of churches, much like New Bethlehem and New Bethlehem itself. Yeah, we kind of back then. Yeah, you like just say well Bible studies at 5 o'clock. Um, Now, I don't think it would be as late as this though, but yeah, you would get cases where you come in there, like you have the prayer meeting and the Bible study, or actually prayer meeting, teachers meeting, and then the Bible study, all in the span of 2 hours. Usually be like 5 to 7, but in some cases it'd be a little after 7 because a lot of times they would start anywhere between 5:15 or 5:30. Jesus getting us ready for that great day. So, yeah, we kind of had that, but see, now I don't know. I don't know if any. Now, maybe a future is still kind of like that, but I highly doubt it. Because like I say, even you take even like the church I went to after New Bethlehem, and then in between New Bethlehem and Brookwood, First Baptist, they um, they for the most part about would start on time. About the latest would be like maybe 5 minutes off there, but yeah, it was. Yeah, things improved over time. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, years ago, that's the way it was. At a lot of a lot of your old school churches there. Yeah, they would be that way, but now, yeah, they have evolved. Even and probably even if you were to go, because I mean, I probably wouldn't even. Yeah, New Bethlehem is a lot. Yeah, I hadn't been there, but I saw a picture of it, and yeah, they done evolved in appearance wise, and obviously with a new pastor and everything. Yeah, pretty much most every church has now evolved. Um, and hopefully for the better. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of churches have evolved there. I mean, even Brookwood itself, they started out over there on Kingston Road. There, those of y'all here in Shreveport know about that, over on Kingston Road, and then moved to where they're at, to where we're at now, with the building we have. But yeah, they started off not quite that big there. So yeah, every church has gone through an evolution there. But like I say, the important part is that evolution is for the better. So, oh yeah, now, and like I say, we're trying to work. I'm trying, like I say, it's not easy on my end. Yeah, like I say, because there's a work schedule and stuff like that on not just my work schedule, but even Christina's work schedule. So we really have to yeah, from week to week, we kind of have to play around how it goes and make and kind of go based off of that. So yeah, like I said, I'm glad we did get to sit down this Wednesday. I mean, even if it's late, at least we are doing it there. So yeah, we're here now. We're gonna only get into this. Gonna read 15 through 20. So yes, 15. Yes, yeah, 15 through 20. So I think that's what I bookmarked at 13 for some reason. That's weird. There, I think 'cause I did check the last Bible reading there. Hmm, so that let me just 1 second, everybody. I'm trying to make sure of something. I don't want to end up skipping a chapter here. Let me. Okay, so let me turn it down a little bit. Okay. Let's see where I left off at. So okay, that's what I'm trying to. The Lord makes. So it looks like. Oh my God. Looks like I goofed here. Okay, so it's actually we have to start at 14 now. I think. Oh my goodness, I got. Okay, so when I finish this, I gotta change the other thumbnail. Where I said 9, because it said Deuteronomy chapter 9 through 14. I called myself having it correct, but so I need to change it to Deuteronomy 9 through 13. I got to change this one to 14 through 20 now. So there's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. So yeah. All right. So, well, let's go. Let's go on and get started. We're going to start from the 14th chapter. Like I say, we do not need to skip. Let's get started here. The clean and unclean food there. You are the sons, excuse me, you are the sons of the Lord your God. You shall not cut yourselves or make any baldness on your foreheads for the dead. Say, for you are people holy to the Lord your God, and the Lord has chosen you to be a people for his treasured possession out of all the people who are on the face of the earth. You shall not eat any abomination. These are the animals you may eat. Okay, so we're going over that again. The ox, the sheep, the goat, the deer, the gazelle, the roebuck, the wild goat, the ibex, the antelope, the mountain sheep, every animal that parts at the hoof has the hoof cloven in, or have the hoof cloven. You shall. Oh wait, it has cloven in two, and choose the cud among the animals you may eat. Yet those that chew the cud, because they that chew the cud, or have the hoof cloven, you shall not eat. The camel, the hare, and the rock badger. And they said the hare, I guess, yeah, can't eat Bugs Bunny. So because the rock badger, because they chew the cud but do not part at the hoof, they are unclean for you. And the pig, because it parts the hoof but does not chew the cud, it is unclean for you. Their flesh you shall not eat, and their carcasses you shall not touch. Of all that are in the waters, you may eat of these. Whatever has fins and scales, you may eat. Whatever does not have fins and scales, you shall not eat. It is unclean for you. You may eat all clean birds, but these are the ones you shall not eat: the eagle, the bearded vulture, the black vulture, the kite, the falcon of any kind, every raven of any kind, the ostrich, the nighthawk, the seagull, the hawk of any kind, the little owl, and the short-eared owl, and the barn owl, and the tawny owl, the the carrion, vulture, and the cormorant, and the stork, and the heron of any kind, the hoop, hoop poop, the hoopoe, the hoop, and the bat, and all winged insects are unclean for you. They shall not be eaten. All clean winged things you may eat. You shall not eat anything that has died naturally. You may give it to the sojourner who is with you in your town. He may eat, or you may sell it to a foreigner. But you are a people holy to the Lord your God. You will not boil a young goat in his mother's milk. Mm. And then the tithes. You shall tithe all the yield of your seed that comes from the field year by year, and before the Lord your God in the place that he will choose in the to make his name and dwell there. You shall eat the tithe of your grain, of your wine, of your oil, of your firstborn, of herd and the flock, that you may learn to fear the Lord your God always. And if the way is too long for you, so that you are not able to carry the tithe, when the Lord your God blesses you, because the place is too far from you, which the Lord your God chooses to set his name there, then you shall turn it into money and bind up the money in your hand and go to the place that the Lord your God chooses and spend the money for whatever you desire, oxen or sheep or wine or strong drink, whatever your appetite craves, and you shall eat there before the Lord your God, and rejoice, you and your household. And you shall not neglect the Levite who is within your town, for he has no portion or inheritance with you. At the very end, at the end of every 3 years, you shall bring out all the tithe of your produce. Every 3 years, produce in the same year, that and lay it with your towns, within your towns, and the Levites, because he has no portion or inheritance with you, and the sojourner and the fatherless and the widow who are within your towns shall come and eat and be filled. The Lord your God, that the Lord your God may bless you in all the work of your hands that you do. The Sabbatical year, chapter 15. At the end of every 7 years, you shall grant a release, and this is in this manner of the release, every creditor shall release what he has lent to his neighbor. He shall not exact of his neighbor, his brother, because the Lord's release has been proclaimed of a foreigner. You may exact it, but whatever is of yours is with your brother, your hand shall release, but there will be no poor among you, for the Lord will bless you in the land that the Lord your God is giving you for an inheritance to possess. If you, if you only, if only you will strictly obey the voice of the Lord your God, being careful to do all this commandment that I command you today. For the Lord your God will bless you as he promised you, and you shall lend to my many nations, but you shall not borrow. You shall not rule over many nations, but they shall not rule over you. If among you one of your brothers become poor in any of your towns within your land that the Lord is giving you, you shall not harden your heart or shut your hand against your poor brother, but you will open your hand to him and lend him sufficient for his need, whatever it may be. Take care lest there be an unworthy thought in your heart, and you say, the 7th year, the year of release is near, and your eye look grudgingly on your poor brother, and you shall give him nothing, and he cry to the Lord against you, and you be guilty of all sin, you shall give him freely, and your heart shall not be grudging when you give to him. Because for this the Lord your God will bless you in all your work and all you undertake, for there will never cease to be poor, for there will never cease to be poor in the land. Therefore I command you, you shall open wide your hand to your brother, to need the needy and the poor in your land. If your brother, a Hebrew man or a Hebrew woman, is sold unto you, you shall he shall serve 6 years, and on the 7th year you will let him go free. 7 on the 7 years, or like with Jacob. Remember, he worked for his uncle Laban for 7 years in order to have the right to marry Rachel, and then of course he gave him Leah, so he worked 7 more years, but he did get Rachel. Yeah, so, give me just 1 second there. Yeah, that's sort of what it made me think of there. Mm. Okay, so sold to you, and he shall serve. And when you let him go free, you shall not let him go empty-handed. You will furnish him liberally out of your flock, out of your threshing floor, out of your winepress, as the Lord your God has blessed you. You shall give him, and you shall remember that you were a slave in the land of Egypt, and the Lord redeemed you. Therefore I command you this day. But if he says to you, I will not go out from you, because he loves you and your household, since he is well off of you, and you shall take it all and put it through his ear to the door, and he shall be your slave forever. And to your female slave you shall do the same. It shall not seem hard to you when you let him go free, for at half the cost of a hired worker he has served you 6 years. So the Lord your God will bless you in all that you do. All the firstborn males that are born of your herd and your flock you shall dedicate to the Lord your God. You shall do no work. You shall do no work with the firstborn of your herd, nor shear the firstborn of the flock. You shall eat it, you and your household, before the Lord your God, year by year, at the place that the Lord chooses. But if it has any blemish, if it is lame or blind or has a serious blemish, you shall not sacrifice it to the Lord your God. You shall eat it within your towns. The unclean and the clean alike may eat it, as though it were a gazelle or a deer. Only you shall not eat its blood. You shall pour it out on the ground like water. And chapter 16, the Passover. Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover to the Lord your God. For in the month of Abib, the Lord your God sought you out of Egypt by night, and you shall offer the Passover sacrifice to the Lord your God from the flock or the herd at the place that the Lord will choose to make his name dwell there. You shall eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days shall you eat it with unleavened bread, the bread of affliction, for you came out of the land of Egypt in haste, that all the days of your life you may remember this day that you came out the land of Egypt. No leaven shall be seen with you in all your territories for 7 days, nor shall any of the flesh that you sacrifice on the evening of the first day remain all night until morning. You may not offer the Passover sacrifice within any of your towns that the Lord is giving you, but at the place that the Lord your God will choose to make his name dwell in it. There you shall offer the Passover sacrifice in the evening at sunset. at the time you came out of Egypt, and you shall cook it and eat it at the place where the Lord will choose. In the morning you shall turn and go to your town. For 6 days you shall eat unleavened bread, and on the seventh there will be a solemn assembly to the Lord your God. You shall do no work on it. The Feast of Weeks. You shall count 7 weeks. Begin to count the 7 weeks from the time the sickle is first to the standing grain. Then you shall keep the Feast of Weeks to the Lord your God, and with tribute of a free will offering from your hand, which you shall give as the Lord your God blesses you. And you shall rejoice before the Lord your God, you and your son, your daughter, male servant, female servant, and Levite, who is within your towns, the sojourner, the fatherless, and the widow who are among you at the place that the Lord your God will choose to make his name dwell there. You shall remember that you were a slave in Egypt, and you shall be careful to observe these statutes in the Feast of Booths, along with justice. You shall keep the Feast of Booths 7 days when you gather in the produce from your threshing floor and your winepress. You shall rejoice in the field, in your field, and you and your son and your daughter and your male servant, your female servant, the Levite, the sojourner, the fatherless, and the widow who are within your town for 7 days. You shall keep the feast to the Lord. Keep the feast to the Lord your God at the place that the Lord would choose, because the Lord is your God. The Lord your God will bless you and all your produce and all the work of your hands, so that you will be altogether joyful. 3 times a year, you all 3 times a year all your males shall appear before the Lord your God at the place he will choose, at the feast of unleavened bread, at the feast of weeks, and the feast of booths. They shall not appear before the Lord empty-handed. Every man shall give what he is able to give, according to the blessing of the Lord your God. And then the judges, you shall appoint judges and officers in all your towns that the Lord your God is giving to you, according to your tribes. They and they shall judge the people with righteousness, with righteous judgment. You shall not pervert justice. You shall not show partiality. You shall not even accept a bribe. No bribes allowed. Justice and only justice you shall follow, that you may live and inherit the land the Lord is giving you. And then chapter it continues with the last 2 verses on in chapter 17, the forbidden forms of worship. Forbidden forms of worship. You shall not plant any tree as uh, a Asherah beside the altar of the Lord your God that you make. You shall not set up a pillar which the Lord your God hates. No idols. Almost like make that line again from the beginning. Who made the earth you're sitting on? This thing of clay. You shall not sacrifice to the Lord your God an oxen or sheep which is a blemish, any defect whatsoever, that is abomination to the Lord your God. If there is any, if there is found among you any within you or your towns, that the Lord your God is giving you, a man, a woman who does evil in the sight of the Lord your God, in giving you a man, or they transgressing his covenant, has gone and served other gods and idols before them, transgressing his covenant at his gone and covenant. Oh yeah, and has served other gods. Oh boy. Yeah, oh yeah, so yeah, serve the Lord. So the Lord is your God, giving you the man, woman that does what's evil, a man or woman that does what's evil in the like that does what is evil in the sight of the Lord your God, in transgressing his covenant, and has gone to serve other gods and worship before them, or the sun or the moon, or any of the hosts in heaven, which I have forbidden, it is told you, and you hear of it, then you shall inquire diligently if it is true and certain that such an abomination has been done in Israel. You shall bring out of your gates the man or woman that's done this evil thing and stone them on the evidence of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses. One is one who is to die shall be put to death, and the person who shall not be put to death on the evidence of 1 witness. And the hand of the witness shall be first again, and afterward the hand of the people shall. So you judge also. Say, making sure I'm reading it right. You shall purge the evil from your midst. Legal decisions made by the priests and judges, along with laws concerning Israel's kings. What if any of Israelite inquires as a required decision between the kind of homicide and another kind of legal act of legal right, and another one kind of assault or another, any case within your town that is too difficult for you, arise and go up and place the Lord your God, which that he'll choose, and you shall come to the Levite priest, who's the judge. The Levite priest with the within your town. Okay. Okay, mention about why they shall. Okay, here we go. Oh man, I'm reading up. Okay, okay, so I'm way. Okay, so I kind of lost my place here. I'm trying to get back, guys. Bear with me. It's one thing about this. There's one thing about starting late there. Yeah, and it's gone. Serve other gods and worship them, or the son of. Okay, you should. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I was in there. Evil in the sight of the Lord, transgress his covenant. Say in transgressing his covenant, and oh yeah, okay, I read that. It's a purge them from your midst. Okay, about forbidding them idol gods there. Okay, you shall say say that inquires, say, okay, tell you what, guys, I'm gonna, because like I said, this, and to say is really kind of getting to me there. I'll say, so okay, so we're gonna start here at 17. Nick, I might do, try to do this before, because I work late tomorrow night. So, to say, I might be able to come back to you guys, if not tomorrow morning. You probably think that's a good idea. I could, if not tomorrow morning, probably that I would say that Saturday. Yes, there. Yeah, maybe we'll make an extra Bible reading stream. That maybe that could be Yes, Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do an extra Bible reading stream on the next time I come Saturday. That way we can kind of say get through this here, and then plus by the time we get through this with before either the end of this month or my vacation there, we'll be able to start on Joshua there. So yeah, so we're gonna do that there. I do apologize about that, but yeah, we're gonna try to get some more read either Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, so it'll probably end up being Sunday. So yeah, just be looking out for that, and definitely like, share, and subscribe. Get our available books. Definitely hit us up on that Patreon there, and just like Iceman Universe, and support the Miracle Crew. Yours truly, as well as Queen Tina, Big Sis Casey, and also EJ the Supreme. Then, just like you hang out with us in the live stream, also hang out with us on Facebook, as well as also Facebook and Discord. So yeah, we'll see you, and also have some stuff on the McCary app, and we'll see you guys. Hopefully, I know I got a video dropping Friday, so yeah, either Saturday or Sunday. We hope to read some more, a little extra by reading that. Like I say, try to get through this here. Put some little extra on it there. So all right, so we'll see y'all, and we and say and like I say, that will be it. Take care, everybody.